So this is a video by an Instagram user named acid_farts. In Las Vegas on 4/20, he posted this as evidence of what he claimed to be the first bong hit ever to be ripped in the Sphere during a Phish show. Prompting some minor applause and an even more minor chant of USA. Taking a bong hit during a Phish concert, of course, is a bit like taking a sip of water during a marathon or wearing a suit of armor at a Renaissance festival. It's just something that comes with the territory. And in the case of Phish, whatever's in that bong might help you appreciate the visual acuity of the venue's 160,000 square foot wraparound LED display, and perhaps even decode or comprehend lyrics to songs like Gotta Jaboo, Golgi Apparatus, and You Enjoy Myself. There's just one problem. As noted in the Sphere's FAQ section, in compliance with Nevada regulations, there's no smoking permitted anywhere in this Sphere, and this policy is strictly enforced. But as reported by Rolling Stone, after acid_farts went to buy a ticket to a Dead & Company show, which is currently in residency at the Sphere, this set off something of an alarm with the good people of Madison Square Garden Entertainment, the company that owns the venue. In this social post memorialized by a Phish fan account, this is the letter acid_farts is said to have received from the owners of the Sphere, stating that his bong rip knowingly violated the guest code of conduct, which Sphere Entertainment Company does not tolerate, and therefore he's indefinitely banned from all Madison Square Garden venues. The Garden itself, Radio City Music Hall, the Beacon Theater, the Chicago Theater, and of course, our fair Sphere. Home to everyone from U2 and Darren Aronofsky films on the inside, and bold advertisements and far-right anti-abortion activists on the outside. Now there's something of a happy update here. Over the weekend, a rep for Sphere Entertainment got a statement over to Rolling Stone that said, there was a breakdown in our process that led to this letter being sent inadvertently, and that acid_farts is not banned from our properties, even though what acid_farts did is still against their policies. Now this story isn't just an excuse to cover an Instagram user named acid_farts, or to take time to imagine what such a thing might look like with the help of today's leading artificial intelligence. For one thing, this guy effectively narked on himself by tagging the Sphere in this now viral post, even though recreational cannabis is legal in Nevada and private, but again, against Sphere smoking rules. But this episode does kind of shine a light through another one of this entertainment company's dank fogs of technology. As your news refresh, please subscribe, told you back when the Sphere opened up, Madison Square Garden Entertainment makes full use of facial recognition. In this post from last year, MSG Entertainment said they've effectively used this tech since 2018 as a tool to provide a safe and secure environment for our customers and ourselves. And then, in another tiny bullet point, as a tool to keep adverse attorneys out of our venues. Yeah, you see, pun intended given this whole facial recognition thing, MSG Entertainment has used this tech in the past, as this New York Times headline succinctly states, to ban its owner's enemies. Like a mom who tried taking her daughter to see the Rockettes with some Girl Scouts, only to end up being kicked out by security and end up having to spend 2 hours walking around while everybody else watched the show. This mom had been placed on a so-called exclusion list because she's a lawyer. And James Dolan, the head of MSG and the guy who drew the circle in a notebook that would become the Sphere, has not only banned lawyers representing people suing garden companies from being allowed into such venues, but all attorneys who work at such law firms. And as pointed out in this New York Times piece, MSG uses software that can identify lawyers using profile photos on law firms' websites to effectively suggest matches of people who aren't permitted to enjoy the Rockettes. Now the Sphere, of course, is in Las Vegas, and as I'm sure you remember from your 2020 copy of Nevada Lawyer magazine, other businesses like casinos in the state use facial recognition for security and non-security purposes, like checking cross-references with criminal and internal databases, which should come as no surprise in a casino city that's long been infamous for its eyes in the sky. Now just to be clear here, acid_farts was temporarily banned from the Sphere for posting a video of himself taking a bong rip and tagging the Sphere in the process, as well as Guinness World Records, which as of press time does not have a corresponding record yet. But it's worth mentioning the facial recognition tech used at venues like Madison Square Garden companies to kick people out, because as the American Civil Liberties Union highlights, the biggest danger of facial recognition systems is that they'll be used for general suspicionless surveillance systems. Not to mention that facial recognition misidentifications have already led to all sorts of issues. And no, not just your phone obnoxiously not unlocking, but more important things like wrongful arrests, Now, after word spread about these facial recognition systems used by Madison Square Garden companies, they said in 2023 that their venues are absolutely and unequivocally open to the public. It's these ambulance chasers and money grabbers defending ticket scalpers that they're trying to keep out. And once litigation gets resolved with anyone suing MSG, they'll be welcomed back in. Of course, Acid_Farts has already been welcomed back into the Sphere and other Garden venues. And he even used this incident to get this limited edition No Regrets t-shirt collab off the ground, with the proceeds going to Phish frontman Trey Anastasio's Divided Sky Foundation Addiction Recovery Center. And you know what? If there was ever a face worth recognizing at a Phish or a Dead show, it's probably this one.